Officer, I'm a surgeon.
Listen up.
I have a patient in critical condition. Please, you can't stop me.
Sir, I need you to stay right here.
Look, here's my ID, my medical license. Call the hospital, they'll tell you. I am on call, he's crashing.
Slow down.
I need to verify.
Go to the hospital,
Look
man.
at the badge, that's St. Luke's right there, 1 block. Let me go.
Before we dive into today's story, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our community of truth tellers. Comment below and tell us where you're watching from. We love seeing our stories travel around the world. It was early morning in Houston, the sun barely peeking over the skyline. Dr. Elijah Thomas, a 38-year-old black surgeon, was rushing to the hospital. His hands gripped the steering wheel tightly. Inside his car, the phone buzzed with urgent messages from the emergency room. A patient in critical condition was waiting, and every second mattered. Elijah had just finished a long night at the hospital, but now he had no time to rest. Lives depended on him. He took a deep breath, trying to focus, when he noticed flashing lights in his rear-view mirror. A police car had pulled him over. "Not now," he muttered under his breath. He pulled over quickly, hands on the wheel. A white officer approached. His name tag read Officer Dan Whitmore, but Elijah barely glanced. "Good morning, officer." "Is there a problem?" he asked calmly. "License and registration," Whitmore barked. There was no smile, no warmth, just suspicion. Elijah fumbled for his wallet. "Officer, I'm on my way to an emergency surgery. Every second counts. If I'm late, someone could die." Whitmore's eyes narrowed. "Emergency or not, you need to follow instructions. Step out car." Elijah froze. "Sir, I'm a doctor. Patients are counting on me. Please, can you let me go?" The officer's tone hardened. "I said step out now." The street was quiet, but a few early commuters had started watching. Phones lifted discreetly to record. Elijah could feel his pulse rising. He tried again, his voice firm but respectful. "Officer, please check my ID. You'll see I'm Dr. Elijah Thomas. I'm literally rushing to save someone's life." Whitmore hesitated but stepped closer, hand hovering near his belt. "I don't care who you are. You match the description of a suspicious vehicle in this area. Step out." Elijah's heart pounded. Lives hung in the balance. He raised his hands, staying calm but desperate. "Officer, every second I waste here could cost a life. Please, this is an emergency." The tension grew. Commuters watched, whispers spreading. Elijah could see the faint shimmer of a hospital ID hanging around his neck. Whitmore's jaw tightened. Suddenly, Elijah said, "I can show you my credentials. Please, officer. You'll see this isn't a joke." The officer's gaze flickered, uncertainty creeping in. The moment was ticking like a clock in the emergency room. Lives were literally on the line. The street felt frozen. Cars honked impatiently behind them. But Whitmore stood rigid, like he had the power to stop time. Elijah handed over his hospital ID and medical license. "See? I'm a surgeon. Lives are at stake right now," Elijah said, trying to keep his voice steady. Whitmore studied the ID, his face slowly draining of confidence. "You're Dr. Elijah Thomas?" "Yes, officer. I have a patient in the emergency room waiting." "Please, if I'm late, someone could die," Elijah pleaded. The officer swallowed hard. He could see the ID, read the name, and now the tension between authority and human responsibility was tangible. Elijah's words weren't just claims. They were truth, etched in the ID he held out. From a nearby coffee shop, a young man whispered into his phone, "This cop is crazy. He's stopping a doctor going to surgery." Whitmore's hand trembled slightly as he reached for his radio. "Dispatch. I need to verify patient emergency." Elijah took a step forward, carefully, keeping calm. "Every second counts. Please, officer. Please let me go." Suddenly, Whitmore realized the magnitude of what he was doing. A mistake now could cost a life. Not a rumor, not a minor complaint. An actual human being's life was in his hands. He swallowed, stepped back, and finally said, "Drive carefully." Elijah's eyes widened. Relief surged through him. He nodded quickly, heart still racing. "Thank you. You just saved a life yourself." As he sped toward the hospital, the crowd on the street murmured in astonishment. Someone yelled, "Did you see that? He's a doctor. Phones were recording every second, and the moment was already going viral. Elijah arrived at the hospital, parking hastily. The emergency room doors burst open as he rushed in. Nurses and residents looked at him expectantly. "The patient is critical," he shouted. "Let's move." Minutes later, the team was inside the OR working frantically. The patient's life hung by a thread, but Elijah's quick arrival made the difference. Heart monitors beeped, machines whirred, and the surgeon worked with precision, saving the patient in the nick of time. Back on the street, the video of the stop had already exploded online. Comments poured in. "That cop almost cost a life." Heroes come in scrubs, not just uniforms. How could someone ignore a doctor rushing to save someone? Whitmore's superiors reviewed the video immediately. He was suspended pending investigation, and a full report was filed. The story made national news. A racist and reckless stop nearly caused a tragedy, until truth and urgency saved the day. Elijah, exhausted but relieved, stepped outside the OR. He looked at his phone. Thousands of notifications, messages of support from fellow doctors, strangers, and patients. He smiled faintly. "Sometimes, saving a life isn't just in the hospital," he murmured. "It's surviving the world outside it, too." And with that, the world had seen courage, urgency, and accountability all in one intense morning. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, like, share, and comment your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss our next story. Real-life confrontations and instant justice, coming soon.